The old stories say some places hold on to memories, etching them into the very walls. Tonight, we're at one such place. The long-abandoned St. Dymphna's Hospital, a name whispered with fear and sorrow for over half a century. They say the doors closed, but not everyone left. The heavy rusted doors groan open under Alex's determined push. A sound like a pained moan from the building itself. A cloud of dust, thick with the scent of decay and damp earth, billows out to greet him. His flashlight beam slices through the oppressive darkness of the grand lobby. A lone spear of light in a sea of shadow. What was once a place of hope is now a mausoleum of neglect. Peeling paint hangs from the ceiling like strips of sunburnt skin, and overturned gurneys and wheelchairs lie scattered like the aftermath of a frantic final escape. The air is heavy and still, each particle of dust a silent witness to the years of abandonment. Every footstep echoes unnaturally in the cavernous space, a stark announcement of his intrusion into this forgotten world. He ventures deeper, his light dancing across the derelict hallways. The silence is a living thing, punctuated only by the rhythmic drip of water from a collapsed ceiling and the groan of the building settling around him. He passes patient rooms, their doors hanging ajar, offering glimpses into private hells. Rotting mattresses sag on rusted bed frames, and personal belongings lie where they were dropped decades ago, frozen in a moment of panic. The sound design intensifies, a symphony of decay. Creaks answer his every step, and the faint, almost imperceptible sound of whispers seems to follow him, always just at the edge of hearing, like secrets the walls are struggling to tell. He reaches the old operating theater. Surgical tools, coated in rust and grime, lie scattered across a tilted tray, as if the surgeon dropped them and fled mid-procedure. The atmosphere is thick with a palpable sense of dread, a feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. Turning a corner, Alex finds himself at the entrance to the children's ward. Instantly, the air plummets in temperature, a biting, unnatural chill that cuts through his jacket and raises goosebumps on his skin. The playful painted murals on the walls are now faded and nightmarish, the smiling animals warped by water damage into leering ghouls. The whispers grow clearer, though no more intelligible, like the hushed, urgent tones of a worried mother. And then he sees her. At the far end of the long hall, a figure coalesces from the shadows, a nurse, her form translucent and shimmering in his flashlight beam. Her old-fashioned uniform, a relic from another era. She doesn't speak, doesn't move towards him. She simply raises a sorrowful, ethereal hand and points silently towards a small, isolated room at the very end of the ward. Drawn by an unseen force, Alex approaches the room she indicated. The door is slightly ajar. Pushing it open, he finds the room almost entirely empty, save for a single small metal-framed cot. The air inside is colder still, and the feeling of profound sadness is overwhelming. His light sweeps across the room and catches something on the grimy window pane. It's a handprint, small, perfectly formed, the size of a young child's hand, pressed against the glass as if waiting for someone who would never return. It was here, in the final frantic days as a mysterious illness swept the town, that the hospital was overwhelmed. This nurse, whose name is lost to time, refused to abandon her smallest patients. She stayed at her post, working until she too succumbed, her final moments spent comforting a terrified child in this very room. She never left, and some say she's still on duty, forever watching over the one soul she couldn't save.
Subscribe if you dare.